Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. You're all super duper wonderful, super duper delicious, and I hope that you're all having the most super duper time wherever you are in the world and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up my juicy little hearts. Okay then everybody, I hope that you're all wonderful today, okay? Now, I haven't been very well everybody, and please excuse my face, but there's nothing I can do right now because I cannot put anything on my face. It's just going to irritate it. I've just spent the X amount of days coughing most of the night and blowing my nose, and now this is the consequence, okay? So I'm still going to be doing my videos, okay, because I still need to get this video out and I still need to get my readings out, okay? So just to let you know everybody, the weather in my neck of the woods, well, the wind is really picking up now in the old UK where I live. It is rather cold out there, so well, of course, you know, and I just seem to be feeling colder at the moment, simply because I've got a cold. Well, actually my hands are really cold. I don't, but mind you, I keep having them flipping water all the time, washing them all the time. But well, you know what they say everybody, cold hands, warm heart. There we are. So, right, and just to let everybody know, okay, well, there is a number of things, actually. Number one, I just want to share with you all, it is the, today is the 17th of November 2022, and it is the first year to the day of my beautiful little Hutchie, my little, beautiful little grey pussycat, who passed away a year to the day today. Okay, so I've already, you know, wished my beautiful little Hutchie a very happy anniversary, so I'll say it again. Happy anniversary, my beautiful little Hutchie. How I love you so. I was actually saying to him, actually, I said, I hope that you've been given lots of chicken and ham where you are, and that you're running around in paradise and having a wonderful time, because clearly, and for my other delicious little babies, that they're all together, my beautiful little Lacey and everything, a beautiful little Starsky and everything, and a beautiful little Charlie. So, so you know, that they're all having a super duper time wherever they are, because it just seems that the world that we're living in at the moment, well, it's very up and down, isn't it? So I can only hope that they're having a more super duper time than what some of us on Earth are having at the moment. But anyway, so much love to all my delicious babies. Have a wonderful time. Now, secondly, I also have other good news. And my other good news, everybody, well, you're going to know because I have mentioned this, okay? Well, my Good Day cup arrived yesterday, everybody. So here we go. Look, it's all right. It's got coffee in it at the moment. So here we go. I'm trying to... Good Day. And if you look at the bottom here, it's the Duran, okay? The Duran, okay? So just put that closer. Okay, the Duran, yes. So Good Day, okay. Now it was quick delivery, everybody. So you know, I was super duper happy about that. I do believe that I actually ordered my wonderful and delicious little Good Day mug, and I ordered it on Saturday. And it arrived yesterday. So it was super duper wonderful, and it was packaged beautifully. Okay, so there's no breakages, sorry, no nothing, okay? So if you could please, my delicious babies, if you would, for those of you out there, my delicious little ones, who happen to be so kind enough to follow me, all of my beautiful and wonderful little subscribers, and once again, how I love you so, and anybody else who happens to pass me by, if you could please pop onto the, it's called the Duran shop, okay? And if you you get 10% off, sorry, with Good Day, okay? So I cannot remember the exact words, and I'm so sorry everybody. So yes, you get 10% off the Duran shop. They also do a selection of other things like caps, you know, they do men and women, okay? They do lots of different mugs, you know, and with the you know, the flag of your choice, you know, of your country. They also do tops, t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, you know, they do everything, okay? It's actually really lovely, okay, everybody? So I just thought I'd let you know. So even if some of you out there, my delicious babies, have found yourself having a bad day, well, guess what? Every day is a good day. Okay, everybody? So I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. There we go. Okay, so I'm most happy that I got my mug. Okay then, so now that we've got that out of the way, my delicious babies, not meaning it in that way, it's just I have to try and remember as I can, because, you know, I've had days where my head's just been banging, but because I refuse to take any medication, well, to be quite honest with you, there's an awful lot of medication that I just simply cannot take. Well, that's a good thing, actually. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like a poison to your body. So, you know, we're not alike in that. So, you know, so I've sort of put up with it, really. But what's really helped me along, just to let anybody else out there know, is, you know, normally where I'd eat my grapefruit, everybody. But instead of doing that, because I spent 3 days where I could not eat a thing, so I was just living off water, coffee and honey, lemon and ginger, and, you know, chewing on my lemons. And I also squeezed, which I am going to be doing once I finish all my videos again today. But for the past 2 days, I've squeezed 2 grapefruit, okay? I've squeezed them, poured them into a glass and just knocked it straight back, okay? So that has helped me along while I'm waiting for my vocal zone. Because the last thing I want is to have any area here, you know, for it to become sore in any way. So, right, so what we're going to do, we're going to make a start. So I hope I haven't bored you all, everybody. It's just, you know, I just have to remember while I can, okay? So now then, so we're going to go on to the first one that I'd like you to take a look at, please, if you would, and thank you. So it's davidicke.com. Okay, our lovely and wonderful little David Icke, okay? Well, you know, we love David Icke, you know, not in that way, everybody. You know, I just see him as a wonderful gentleman, okay? He spent decades, you know, just trying to get information out, do you know what I mean? Just to help us, because with the situation that the world's in, that we found ourselves in at this moment in time, he's been actually saying for decades about this time coming, and, well, anyway, we're now in a situation. So if you could please go on to davidicke.com, and what you're looking for, everybody, is David Icke talks to Sasha Stone, okay? Full interview. Well, I'm going to be honest with you now, I really like Sasha Stone, okay? Not in that way, everybody, okay? But I really like him, and the way he puts himself across. Do you see what I'm saying? And himself, like our wonderful David Icke, okay? Very highly intelligent, okay? So it's a lovely interview. If you'd like to please take a listen, for those of you, you know, who have the time to do so. And please and thank you. Now the next one, it's called thecrowhouse.com, thecrowhouse.com, everybody. And who this dear gentleman is, and he too is so lovely, okay? He's spent many years as well getting information out, okay? Now, so we really love our, you know, he's wonderful as well, our lovely Maxigan, okay? Now, the thing is it's not in that way, everybody. Now, what you're looking for on thecrowhouse.com, and you should be able to see, sorry, do forgive me, you should be able to see where it says a ticket to the freak show, okay? So it is a ticket to the freak show, okay? So we're just ticking this off as I go along, sorry, okay? So that's please and thank you if you'd like to take a look at this lovely gentleman as well. Now then, oh yes, so then I've just put here, you know, a Wednesday received my lovely Good Day Duran mug. Okay, so if you please like to follow our lovely and wonderful Duran. Okay, all of these beautiful gentlemen, they're all just so beautiful and so intelligent. Okay, and all that they're trying to do is give out all the information to everybody. Do you see what I mean? And I just like to help it along, not for any other reason, everybody. It's just that I have certain who I'm subscribed to. Do you see what I mean? And if I can find some way, you know, because there is always somebody who will listen, then, you know, there's always somebody else who's going to get some sort of help out of this, and then they can pass videos on, and then they can help somebody else, okay, to understand what is going on in the world, what is being done on all fronts. That's the war, and it's on a number of different things as well, everybody, okay? So please, if you could just please take a look at these videos of all of these wonderful gentlemen that I've just said, okay? Please and thank you. And I'll just tick off because I've already explained about my beautiful little hutchie, okay? So now I can close my book. So what it is, everybody, there's something else I want to talk about now. I had one of my beautiful and delicious little friends who called me this morning. You know, she called me to see how I was. God bless her. Beautiful, dear lady. In fact, all of my wonderful and delicious little friends, you know, and how I love them also. Okay, they're all just absolutely beautiful and golden, okay? And, you know, I had my other beautiful and delicious little friend the other day, and, oh, God, love her. You know, I love you also, my babies. Well, I mean, you know, she, you know, dropped off to me, you know, a couple of gifts, and, you know, it's just so beautiful, you know. Then I had my beautiful and wonderful neighbour upstairs, you know, and they're a beautiful family as well. And, you know, I was actually given a homemade Indian fish soup. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, God bless, you know, I feel so thankful. You know, I have plenty of food, but there was days where I just didn't have any energy. Do you understand what I mean? So anyway, and it was so kind to, you know, to give me some Indian fish soup. Really lovely it was, actually. And but I was very struggling after 3 days of not eating. I was really struggling, everybody, even to have a bowl of soup, you know, so I only managed half of it, and then I've just had half of another soup yesterday evening that I made homemade, yes, that I made homemade myself, which of course also was fish. And of course, you know, I was struggling. I could only eat half a bowl of that as well. So, you know, so we are getting there. And I was also given some wonderful and beautiful chocolates as well. So, yes, so, you know, then I've had my other dear neighbours up the road, you know, God bless the beautiful dear souls, you know, and in between working, you know, come and knock on a door to see, you know, how I was. So I just thought that, you know, for all my beautiful and wonderful little friends and neighbours, you know, how beautiful they've been. And I just thought I'd just share that with you all, actually. So I do not wish to ramble on and just bore everybody. It's just, I just like to let you know that, you know, and going back to our lovely Good Day mug, okay, that of course it is a good day, isn't it? Because, you know, I've still woken up alive. And anybody else who's kind enough to even watch me today, well, you've woken up alive, haven't you? So therefore it is a good day, isn't it? Okay? And especially if you was to get one of these mugs, well, guess what? You know, the wonderful thing about it is that you can tell yourself every single day, have a good day. Do you see what I mean, everybody? Yes? Anyway, so let's just fast forward to something else now. So yesterday evening, because sometimes things come up on my feed on YouTube, okay? Although I see YouTube, especially of late, the past couple of years, that it does not seem to be the same as what it used to be, sorry. I do not know whether anybody else out there has noticed this at all. But I don't know, the videos that come up, I don't know, something seems different somehow. I cannot explain what I mean. Okay, but anyway, sorry, please excuse me because I'm trying not to cough at the moment. Please, I just need a sip of my coffee, and thank you. I'm so sorry, but I've got to try not to cough, and if I do, please do forgive me. I must put video on pause for a second, so please forgive me. So anyway, so this video came up on my feed, everybody, and I wanted to discuss it, and I happened to be discussing this, as one of the, it's all right, just my eyes itching for no other reason, so that doesn't mean no. What happened was, and I happened to be discussing it with my wonderful and delicious, one of my delicious little friends this morning, yes, and what it was this man. I'm not going to say his name, everybody. And no, before anybody is wondering, okay, it's not Andrew Tate, okay? This is not Andrew Tate. So, because you've obviously known I've done another video on that before anyway. Anyway, that's another thing I wanted to say. He actually asked somebody. I just thought I'd mention it. I got nothing against the man. I do not know the man, do you see what I mean? But yes, it just so happened he happened to say to somebody, didn't he? Oh, you should, become a Muslim. And I'm not prejudiced, everybody. I'm not racist, okay? It's just, I just thought I'd just drop that one in there. So I do not mean anything about anybody's religions, because everybody has their own religion, and so I'm not putting down anybody's religion, okay? I'm just saying. So no, it was not him. This was somebody else. But I'm not going to advertise who it was, who I heard a bit of this video, what he had to say. So I'm not going to advertise it, no. Because, there's only one way for me to say it, really, and I'm not going to be to beat about the bush here. I'm only subscribed, or I only, like to listen to somebody who I value and respect. But when I heard this man, I thought, no. I thought, he's got so many thousands, over well over 100,000, subscribers. And I thought, no. Do you know what I mean? So I did not agree with half what he said. So, and of course I only listened so much of the video anyway, okay? But now, number one, he was talking about that his bands, that he would never have his band's children living. It's like my left eye's jumping again, everybody. See the disappointment, so I'm going to hear bad news. And by the way, it was jumping the other day, and I said it on a video. Well, I did hear bad news, actually. Somebody had taken, God love him, the definitely jab. Well, he never told anybody, and sadly he passed away. So yes, that was the bad news that I heard that day. So God rest his beautiful dear soul, may he rest in peace. Anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, so I was not being disrespectful, sorry, in any way, okay? So this one said that he wouldn't, have his band's children living in a rented property. So I was listening to your man there, and I thought, well, you imagine others, out there listening to this video, what this man was saying. Okay, everybody? Yes? And, well, actually, I was inclined to disagree with him, because it's whether somebody's living in a bought property or whether they're living in a rented property. Surely to goodness, would we not see things from a different angle, everybody, and say to ourselves, okay, well, at least one has a roof over their head, yes? But no, not what this man said. Do you see what I mean? He also happened to mention that he's got hundreds of properties, lots of cars, and that, and that obviously what his main thing is making the ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, because he said he enjoys making the ka-ching, okay? Well, nobody's got an issue with anybody wanting to make, because at the end of the day, everybody, each and every one of us on this planet, okay? We all need to eat. Do we not? Yes, we do. Okay, everybody? So, you know, there's a point to everything what I'm saying here, yes? So, to make that statement, yes, so it seemed very much to me, and also the way he came across to me, everybody, because I just look at things deeper, if you know what, there we go, yes. I just look at things deeper. And to me, this is somebody who very much seems to work off his ego. There we are, yes. So it seems he's very egoistic. Do you see what I mean? But you see, I was waiting for it, you see, because somebody else was talking to him. Do you see what I mean? And, you know, and I was waiting for this because I thought, well, you can have as many properties as you like, mister. But the fact of the matter is, and even if you was to put, say, for example, no trespassing, just as an example, he never said that, by the way, I'm just throwing this in now, everybody, yes? That even if you put that on your property, that you believed that you have bought your property and the land to which that the bricks and mortar, you know, are sitting on, yes, and you believe it to be your home, yes, that you have bought and paid for. Well, you see, if you was to go to court over something or somebody kept trespassing, let me put it this way, because I'm trying to put it a different way so I can get my point across, yes? So if you was to go to court and take someone to court because they kept trespassing, say for example, yes, I'm using it as an example, yes? Well, the thing is, it just gets thrown straight out, because the fact of the matter is, well, nobody owns any of the land, do they? Do you see what I'm saying? So it can have, and it was ever so good because this other man there brought it up. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes? So, to me, I just, the way it came across, I thought, well, if somebody out there was listening to that and they've got young bairns, yes, God bless them, and they're living in a rented property, right? Well, and say, for example, the mum or the dad or whoever it is, God bless them, and you know, they're already feeling down about life or down about things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Then they heard somebody like him. Well, surely to goodness, wouldn't that make somebody feel even worse? Yeah? Yes? So I just feel that, yes, everybody's entitled to their opinions, everybody. Nobody's saying that they're not. But to say that you would never have your bairns live in a rented property like it's not good enough. Do you see, everybody? Now, this is, again, so we get back to this, you see. What it comes down to is that what was brought into the world with the ones who are running the world, as we all know who that is, okay, that because they brought in ka-ching paper, yes, for everybody to sort of, and if you look at it over decades, that's why you call it keeping up with the Joneses. You said to me, it's like, oh, I've got a better house than you, I've got a larger house than you, I've got a better car than you. Oh, I go around with jingle, 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 jangle, jingle, jangle. Do you know what I mean? I've got more gold than you, I've got more silver than you, I've got more... Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes, and the list just flipping goes on and on and on. So it's created where a lot of life, everybody, is material. There we are, see. So it's very clear to me that your man there was living very much in the materialistic way, everybody, yes. But you see, I come back to something that I believe in. This is my beliefs, everybody, okay? Because I've lived, I can assure you now, a very colourful life, okay? So yes, I've been here 49 years, but I've done a lot and seen a lot, okay? And what I'm saying to you is, there's one thing that you learn in life, and that is you learn love. Do you see what I mean? You learn love, you know. And yes, I mean, I've had plenty of full and plenty in my time. You know what I mean? Over the decades. But the question is, does it make you happy? And when you actually look at it, no, it doesn't. What makes one happy is what I call the simple things in life, like waking up in the morning and just being able to breathe. There we go. That is what I call a simple thing in life. Do you see what I mean? Just being able to go out and walk, just being able to see everybody, yes? Just being able to, because over the years, you know, we all, whether we run into things or whatever happens, yes? But just having a dear friend there we go, see? Just having a dear friend just to talk to, or if one of your dear friends are going through something, just for them to come and talk to you. Well, to me, that in itself is priceless. So you could have 1,000 cars sat outside on your drive. Do you know what I mean? You could fly around the world 50,000 times. Do you see what I mean? You could have 50,000 houses. But what it's really about, everybody, is not one's possessions. What it's about is the love that you have inside and the love that you want to share with others. You know what I mean? You know, our fellow man and woman out there, you know, and our beautiful little and large animals and little and large birdies and all our little and large, you know, little creatures, great and small. Do you see what I mean? That is what life is about, everybody. You see, so the more and more that one can come away, try to come away from so much of the materialism, yes? In my mind, the way my noddle thinks, everybody, yes, is that you're actually winning. Do you see what I mean? You're winning a battle, because I've met many, and I can assure you of that one, everybody, yes, where everything is ka-ching. It's like they cannot function unless they're wheeling and dealing. They cannot function unless they've got everything around them. Do you see what I mean? But one must understand that we're all the same. We've all got the same blood running through our veins. Do you see what I mean? Yes, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make a few quid here and there. There we go. There's nothing wrong with that. But to have such an ego, because that's what I call it, everybody, to have such an ego, to say such things, can be rather upsetting for somebody else to hear. Do you see what I mean? Because they, you know, say if they're trying to climb a ladder and every time they go up two steps, they're flipping, just slide straight back down again. Do you understand what I mean? So I just feel that, you know, yes, anyone can have an opinion, but just keep your flipping ego to yourself. That's what I have to say. Now, there's something else that he said, everybody, so I'm sorry to bore you, and I'm hoping that I'm not boring any of you, okay? So it's just that I happen to see things in a different light, okay? My room's just gone super duper light. Thank you, dear Spirit, right? Then there was the talk about depression. Now, he's not the only one who I've heard, actually, everybody, talk about this, yes? Where some would say, oh, there's no such thing as depression and there's no such... Do you understand what I mean? Well, actually, I have news here, everybody. And I'm not here to depress. I'm not here to say anything. The fact of the matter is, depression certainly does exist. There we are, I'm all cold here. The same as anxiety exists, everybody, okay? I mean, there's a woman who I know. I'm going to give you an example of something now, everybody, right? There's a woman who I know, and I don't know whether you've all heard of the, it's OCD, which means obsessive compulsive disorder, right? Now, sometimes it can be very minor, everybody, and sometimes, well, it can be medium, and other times it can be major, okay? Now, there's a woman who lives down the road from me, okay? and she has what's called this little ritual that she does, okay? And of course I've seen her do this, there we go, before I even sat, I'm all cold here, right? For the past, I would say, how long is it now? I'd say the past 3 years. Because I say hello to her, yes. I always say hello and ask her how herself and the family are, yes. But she has to walk a certain, wherever she walks to. Then she'll cross the road, everybody, and then it's like her mind, her noddle, her brain is telling her, right, cross back the road, right? So go back across the road. Then repeat the same thing again, okay? So it's like she must do that. Do you see what I mean? Yes? And it's like she can walk up the road, yes, and then she gets to such a point, then she walks back down. Now, of course, I'm used to her, everybody, so I see her, you know, to me, and, you know, she sees me, she walks past my window, she'll always wave. Do you see what I mean? But there's a point where you cannot interrupt her, shall we say. So say if I happen to be walking a certain part of the road and she happens to be walking the other side of the road, yes? And if she's really in this mode where she has to go backwards, forwards, you cannot interrupt her while she's doing that. It's really hard to explain, everybody. It's just like you could get somebody who just keeps, going to wash their hands all the time and then drying their hands. And then they say to themselves, oh, I really do not feel like my hands are clean enough. So they go back to the sink, they wash their hands again, they dry it again. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes? So, then you've got ones who are obsessed with cleaning. You've got others who are obsessed with lots of different things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You've got others where if they cannot go to the gym or cannot go swimming or something like that, then you've got others where, their anxiety kicks in. Do you understand what I mean? They really get anxious, because they cannot get to where they want to get to. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes? Now, yes, depression, it is a difficult topic, everybody, but I wanted to mention this today. And when I spoke to one of my beautiful and delicious little friends, and I said to her what I was going to talk about, because, this was on my mind. And she said, yes, that is a good topic to talk about, Mia. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not here to bore or depress. I'm just saying. I just want to get my point across here. You see, some man and woman can get depressed. Say, for example, if they cannot get a job, okay? So what happens is they keep trying, and God bless the beautiful dear souls, they keep failing and failing, okay? I personally, when I've advised before, whether it's on the phone line or face-to-face, or even out in the street, do you see what I mean, on the road, and I've said, look, I said, please try and look at this as being an experience, okay? It's just like if somebody goes through a job interview and that job interview maybe they felt did not go as well as what it could have gone, okay? Maybe they've simply done their best, okay? And very sadly, we live in a world where if your face fits, it fits. If it does not, it does not, okay? Well, it's like that. So, but instead of anybody who fails at a job interview, yes, it is yes, it is a failure in a way. But if we look at this and turn it round into a different way, yes, and look at it from a different point of view, a different angle, we could say, well, that's a really good experience because, it's for them to go and sit in front of, say, one or two, okay, man or woman, okay, who are the interviewers, yes, and where they're getting that experience are the ones who are going for the interview. And I always say they're just being saved for something better. Do you see what I mean? So what I'm saying is there are many that you could say is negative, but then it can be turned to something positive. Do you see what I hope everybody's following me, my delicious little babies, what I'm saying, yes? So somebody could get depressed about that, yes? Somebody else could suffer with awful depression, you know, after they lose one of their beautiful dear loved ones. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? And I will be perfectly honest with you, everybody. When I lost my beautiful dear mum and my beautiful dear nana, and, you know, God bless you, I love you both so, you know, my beautiful dear nana, beautiful dear mum. Well, I must be honest with you, everybody. I went through depression. Yes, I did. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it at all. It was just something where when you spend your life always being strong, do you see what I mean? And then you find yourself where it's just something that you find so difficult to get your noddle around. Do you see what I mean? That, you know, who you happen to love with all of your heart are never coming back. Do you see what I mean? Well, it is upsetting. Do you see what I mean? And it would be very easy to slip into that, you know, that depression mode. Do you see what I mean? So I still got up, still did everything what I needed to do. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes. But it's the sadness as well that comes along with it, everybody. So I'm speaking from personal experience of what I went through as well. So it's not just about calling somebody who's depressed sad. You know, there is some dear man and woman out there, God bless their beautiful souls, okay, where they simply find it so difficult to get out of the mode of being depressed. Do you see what I mean? So when it gets to that point, I personally, and this is what I'm going to say, because I personally, you know, never had any medication, never had anything. I worked through it. Okay? And it took me years to get over my beautiful dear mum, and it took me years to get over my beautiful dear nana. Okay? Because at one point, I could not even speak about any of them without breaking down crying. Do you see? So I'm just trying to explain to you all, everybody, you know, that depression, there we go, does exist. But I would advise anybody, and I have done, not to take tablets, but instead to try and find a way to navigate through things, yes? And to even find or try to find something like a hobby or something that they would enjoy doing, whether it's poetry, whether it's outdoor activities, whether it's starting a new course, or, you know, to do something that they enjoy doing. And not only that, but to try and join a circle, you know, where others have gone through similar experiences, where, you know, whoever's feeling depressed has somebody else to talk to. Do you see what I mean? Because as I always say in life, there's no better teacher than actually going through something. Do you see what I mean? Yes? So if you've gone through something, I always believe that that's sort of for safekeeping, then that can then help somebody else at a later date. So whatever you've gone through, then at a later date, there we go, so then you would be able to help somebody else through something. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? So this video was not to upset, offend, hurt anybody, you know, or to make somebody feel, you know, down about something or depressed. No, it was not. It's just I was trying to explain things from a different point of view, everybody. So the fact is, when somebody says, and I do not care who it is, and they say, well, you know, depression just does not exist. Well, actually, yes, it does. And so does anxiety issues, and so does OCD, okay? You know, all of these things exist. But the one thing that I always suggest, which I have done for many years to anybody, is just not to take tablets. That's the last thing to take. And that's just my feelings on everything, everybody, okay? So I just thought I'd just share that with you, okay, before I start my quick reads, okay? So I hope that, you know, for some of you delicious and wonderful little babies out there, much love to you all, my delicious babies, and thank you so very much for those of you who even take the time to even look at my video and even to take the time to listen to me, because I'm so very thankful. So thank you, and so very appreciative. But it's just something that I just wanted to say. It's just, you know, sometimes before somebody else runs off their mouth, you know, maybe they should stop and look at things in a different angle. Do you see what I mean? That's all that I'm saying. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but sometimes one must always spare a thought of how it is going to affect somebody else. Now, even with myself, sometimes I'm the first one to tell you the truth. You know, sometimes, you know, I mean, I've had times in my life where sometimes, you know, I certainly have not thought before I've spoken. Do you see what I mean, everybody? Yes. You know what I mean? And sometimes that happens, but it was never my intention to do that. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes, sometimes one must think before they speak, you know, but we all have to learn different things as we go along, and we all have different experiences in life. And there are very few in life, and I can assure everybody of that now, very few where they are happy 24/7. Because they're just simply not. You know, whether somebody's having a bad day about something, but always remember, everybody, good day, okay? You know, do we have to try and turn something, if we have a bad day, into a good day? Do you see what I mean? So there's always something to be happy about. And for those, if you do happen to know anybody, my delicious little babies, who are going through difficult times at the moment, or they happen to be feeling down and depressed, if there's a nearest healer, even help them, you know, on the internet, you know, just type in healer near you. Do you see what I mean? And, you know, to advise them to go to a healer, because that will certainly get most, anyway, back on the right track. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? Yes. So, and please and thank you, you know, because at some point in everybody's lives, somebody's always needed somebody to talk to, and somebody's always needed, there we go, help with something. So that's all I wanted to say, everybody. So that's my video. So thank you for listening, okay? Please have a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, my delicious babies, okay? And God bless you all, okay? You're all so super delicious, super duper wonderful, and super duper beautiful, okay? Now, until my next video, much love, God bless, take care, thank you, goodbye.